Hi, we start second lecture. It is about parabola function and the graph in the Cartesian coordination system. As you see in the graph and the equation, parabola is a symmetric in the graph, has a minimum or maximum, and the equation is equal y equals c ax plus b power 2 plus d. The main things in this parabola function is the x-axis power 2. If we have a positive c, in this situation graph will have a minimum. And if we have a negative c, in this situation we will have a maximum. In this graph we see minimum, and the equation is the y equal x power 2, and it is symmetric, and the local minimum is exactly the same as y-intercept, and the y-axis is the symmetric planar. If we change the sign of the equation to minus x power 2, in this situation we will have a maximum. Again, in the positive sign, minimum is exactly the same position of y-intercept. And as you see in the formula, if we have a d bigger than 0, the graph moves upward. As you see here, for example, we have a d plus c plus 3, and the graph moves upward. And in this situation we can understand very easily the numbers d can help to move graph upward or downward. As you see in the second example, we will see y equal x to minus 4, and as you see here d is minus 4, and the graph will be moves downward. Okay, for example, in the other example we have a y equal minus x power 2, and as you see in the second example we have a minus x power 2 minus 4. Minus 4 is d, and as you see, because it is d is minus 4, it will be downward. If in the equation b is bigger than 0, the graph moves to left. For example, if you see here, it's y equal x power 2, and here is the y equal x plus 4 power 2. As you see, what is the difference between the b and d? B, it is inside the parentheses, and both of the x and the b will be power 2, but d hasn't any power and hasn't any relation with the power 2. As you see here, the b is a positive 4, and the graph will be move to left. And as you see, the local minimum is also move left. Every position in x will be moved to left exact amount of the b. As you see, if we have a b smaller than 0, in this situation the graph moves to right. As you see here, we have an equation y equal x power 2, and in this second example y equal x minus 5 both power 2, and as you see, it is b is minus 5. In this situation 5 numbers move to right. If a is bigger than 1, in this situation graph will be narrow. As you see here, for example, it is y equal x power 2, and if we have a bigger than 1, as you see, the graph will be narrow. But if the a is smaller than 1 but bigger than 0, in this situation the graph will be wider. And we can see here an example. For example, this is a y equal x power 2, and in the other example 0.2 x power 2. As you see, the same intercept, but the graph will be moved wider. How we can find local minimum or maximum from the equation? From the graph we can see very easily the minimum and the maximum in the graph. It is the, as you see in the picture, but in the equation first we have to find the derivative of the equation. For example, this graph has the equation y equal 2x power 2 plus 2x minus 3. First we find the derivative of this equation. It will be 4x plus 2. In the second step we have to equal the derivative of the function to 0. As you see, 4x plus 2 equals 0, and we can find x minus half. This point is the minimum point in the x-axis. Then we have to put minus half in the equation, as you see here, and we can find y-axis minimum point. And in this situation you can see the local minimum in the x-axis is the minus half, and the y-axis is the minus 3.5. How we can find x-intercept or y-intercept? For the finding x-intercept, we can put y equals 0 in this situation. 2x power 2 plus 2x minus 3 must be 0. As you know, in the Mathematic, it is in the parabola function x power 2 plus bx plus c equals 0. We can find x root with this formula, minus b plus minus radical b power 2 minus 4ac all divide to 2a. And I put the numbers, a is the 2, b is the 2, c is minus 3. I put all the number here, and because of this positive and the negative sign, we will have a 2 answer, 1.82 and minus 1.82. It is an x-intercept. We also can find the y-intercept. In the y-intercept is very easy. If we have a y-intercept, we have to put 0 instead of x. 2 multiplied 0 power 2 is 0, plus 2 multiplied 0 is 0, minus 3 is the answer will be minus 3. In this situation, y-intercept will be minus 3. And we finish this lecture here, and I hope it will be the best. And we finish the parabola. I hope I can see you next lecture, and have a good time.